Let's show these people how to play this deck. Let's go. Alright, so this is your Swordsoul Engine of the deck. It's 14 cards, 3 of them are ultra rare, so that's 90 ultra rare points, right? 3 Moyis, it's a given, you need 3 Moyis. You need 3 Ecclesias, in my opinion. Some people run 2, but 3 Ecclesias, 3 Moyis. Ecclesia searches your Moyi. That makes sure that you have 6 ways now to go into Yugioh. 3 Ecclesias, 3 Moyis. It gives you 6 ways to go into Yugioh first turn. Or if you have TEIR in hand and you have a TENYI in your graveyard, you can also go into your Yugioh that way. And Ecclesia gives you access to both Moyi, and it also gives the access to Yugioh. And I mean, not Yugioh, to TEIR, and TEIR gives you access to Yugioh. Longying, you only run 2 because Konami thinks that Longying at 3 is broken, so you only get Longying at 2. So Longying at 2, that gets you into your Swordsoul plays, your Baron the Floor plays, and also your Supreme Sovereign, right? I think it's Xing Ying. So, I'm sorry. Longying gets you into your Baron the Floor, and it also gets you into your Xing Ying. Konami only has it at 2 right now, so it weakened the deck just a little bit, because if you Pot of Desires, you sometimes banish both of your Longyings, and you have no way to grab them back, right? So be careful with the Pot of Desires banish. We run 3 emergencies. We run 3 emergence to be able to grab Protos from the deck and be able to search any of your Swordsoul monsters from your deck to your hand. Such an amazing card. I don't know how Konami still allows this card to still be able to search Protos, and they still allow Protos to be in this game. But what you gonna do? Protos for the win. Then we have Breakout. Breakout is our +1 interruption. When we have Yugioh on the field and we just pop Yugioh, or if we have Protos on the field, we can target Protos, pop 2 of their cards. Protos is unaffected by card effects to be destroyed, right? So that's the Swordsoul part of the deck. Let's go into the full deck list, adding in on the hand traps. Okay, so for me personally, these are the hand traps that work for me. I run 2 Veiler, 2 Maxi, 3 Ash, 2 Cold Buys, 1 Crossout Designator, 2 Imperms, and 2 Cosmic Cyclone. Cosmic Cyclone is specifically for Runick. You go up against Runick with this deck, you're gonna have to get really lucky that they don't have like a reoccursion of the field spell. And for the most part, Runick, if you just don't play the game, if you don't set any cards, if you don't summon any cards, for the most part they struggle to get your deck down. But still, it's very difficult to beat Runick without Cosmic Cyclone in your deck, depending on the type of deck that you're playing. I know Virtual World, which we have a lot of videos on Virtual World coming. Stay tuned for that one. But yeah, Virtual World is one of those decks that can play around Runick very easily. Swordsoul, however, doesn't play around Runick very easily, so you need Cosmic Cyclone. Call by the Grave to stop your regular Maxis, stop your regular Ash, and 1 Crossout is basically like your 3rd Call by the Grave, where you can stop an Ash, you can stop a Maxi, and you can even stop an Impermanence, right? Because a lot of people play Infinite Impermanence, and you want to be able to stop those. And then for my tech options, so the tech options are basically cards that either add advantage or takes away advantage from my opponent. I have Harpy's Feather Duster as my 1 takeaway, and 2 Pot of Desires as my 2 adds. That's the only tech options I'm adding. And I also forgot my one last Nibiru hand trap. Nibiru allows you to, you can also cross out Nibiru if needed, if you summon that many times for the turn already. So it's just another tech option to have in the deck. A lot of people drop Nibiru. If you drop Nibiru, you can add in another Maxi just so that you can get more consistency with the Maxis. I know in this format right now, a lot of people play into Maxi. They don't really care. They just play into it because they can make these unbelievable boards, right? So it's all up to your liking, but you're gonna make sure that you have the core cards, your Swordsoul Engine. You're gonna have to have your hand traps, and you're gonna have to have your +1s and your minuses, right? So the next engine that we're gonna talk about is the TENYI engine. So I run 3 Vishuddha, 3 Ashura, and 1 Adara. I usually just use these to go into Xiaofeng if necessary. Xiaofeng sometimes is not very necessary, but if you can get into him or her, I can't Okay. If you could get into Xiaoshang, then you can lock your opponent out of lights. I know against the Despia matchup, if you're able to pull that off, you lock them out of lights, and you Protest lock them out of dark. They have no way to play the game. If you only lock them out of dark in the Despia light matchup, they also still have access to Corsenian, I believe it is, and the other one is the one that turns your attack to 0. I can't remember off the top of my head right now, but be careful with the Despia matchup, because even if you lock yourself out of dark, you can lock your opponent out of dark, you can still end up losing the game. So that's the breakdown. We're gonna go play some games and see what happens, right? So let's go. So we're up against I believe this replay is gonna be against Dinomorphia. I think it's the first time we're showing off a trap deck, but yeah, Swordsoul for the win for this one. He sets 4, he passes, normal summons Theresia, I'm not too sure, I think that's how you say it, its name. So I go for the Emergence because I want to bait out a Solemn Judgment if he has one. He goes for Frenzy, I have the Ash, so we Ash Frenzy, we add Longyang. Longyang's gonna discard TEIR, show token, he's gonna Torrential Tribute, I'm gonna normal summon Moyi, he's gonna Solemn Judgment it. He's lowering his life points right now, so I don't think he was thinking. I'm gonna go for Protos, he's gonna Trap Trick, probably go for, I forgot the name of this card, but I'm gonna activate Protos. He knows that on summon of any one of his Dinomorphias, they'll just get popped because the Protos effect already went through. So I go ahead, went for game. So next replay. Alright, so for this replay, I believe we are going second against Adamancipator. Yes, this is the Adamancipator gameplay. So he's gonna go through a whole bunch of combo plays, so we're just gonna speed it up. He's gonna show Roxy's, special summon Meow, Roxy's into Dropsies, and he's also gonna activate Exceed, bring Exceed to the field, banish 1, special summon. Oh, I didn't even realize that he special summoned Fancies. Interesting. Okay, so he special Fancies. I missed that. To go into Appaloosa, a 3200 Appaloosa. He's gonna get Gigantic. And he did block Dragon too, so he got to search all his Adamancipators, and now he's just gonna keep on digging. Let's see what he hits. He hits Supplier, he adds Guardian to his hand, and then he's going to go into Raptor and dig again. And I think he hit a Guardian. Yeah, he hit Guardian, and he's gonna special summon Guardian. Did he special summon Guardian? I think it was his Researcher that hit the Guardian. One of these hit a Guardian. Was it his Researcher? No, his Researcher hit a Roxy's. But either way, he's gonna go into Dragite. He's gonna then he's gonna go into IP. So I think this is where my opponent messed up. He has a 3200 Appaloosa. I go for the Banish, and we banish Called by the Grave, right? So then we're gonna go into Ashuna, into Monk of the TENYI. And then Ashura, special summon, then Ashuna. I'm very shocked he wasn't negating anything. Into Vishuda, and then Vishuda special summon, I believe I showed Shishao, just so I can get a negate off. But he's gonna negate with Appaloosa, which is cool, because we still have plays. But I need to get rid of his IP first. So I attack into his IP, attack into his Appaloosa. That gets rid of 3 more Appaloosa negates. So then we're able to activate Vishuda, bounce his Dragite. He's gonna negate with Savage. So now we'll negate free. We're monster negate free. Alright, so I go into Moyi, show Vishuda, special summon the token, and then I believe I went into the Yang Zing, Baxia, and then Baxia activate to send back Savage. I actually should have sent back his Dragite, but I'm not sure why I didn't. But he's gonna scoop up anyway. He sees the writing on the wall, so he just scoops. Yeah, so that's against some Adamancipator. Next duel. Alright, so the next duel, we're up against Runick. I believe this is the Runick game. Yeah, you guys know I like to hit all the tier 1 decks when I'm showing you guys replays. I probably should have tried to get a Mathmic replay, right? But anyway, so we're going up against Runick. He's gonna activate Fountain, summon Hugin, search another Fountain. He's gonna start banishing cards off the top of my deck. So he's gonna hit Golden. Here, let me show you guys the banish pile. As usual, we always want to have the banish pile to the right of us, right above my head. So he hit a Long Yang, he hit Ash, he hit Feather Duster, and he hit Ecclesia and Ash and Ashura and Emergence and Veiler. So he's just going in. So right here, I misplayed here. Well, not misplayed, but this 1 day in peace, he doesn't take battle damage, so I guess that's why he didn't back out. But I'm gonna go crazy right now. I'm gonna go for Vishuda special. He's gonna activate rivalry. So I can only have one type of monster on the field. Okay, cool. I'm gonna go into TENYI, Monk of the TENYI with I think it was Ashura, and then he's going to Runick Fountain, and I'm gonna Ash the Fountain to negate, so he can't draw. So we know what he has in his hand, right? Well, now we know what he has in his hand. We sent Rivalry back to his hand, and he has one mysterious card that's clearly not a Runick spell or trap spell. So I'm gonna go into TEIR, show token, go into Baxia, activate, send his Hugin, send his Fountain back to deck, and use TEIR to send Mo Yi. And then Baxia, I think I set pot, I destroy pot, special Mo Yi, show emergence into token, and then we go into Shishao, I believe. Yeah, Shishao. We went into Shishao, and then Shishao activate, Mo Yi activate, draw one, search Long Yang, I believe is what I searched. No, I searched. Oh, I drew into Protos. I thought I searched Protos, but I drew into Protos. So I send Ashura to special Long Yang, and then Long Yang and token into Baron. So now we have a negate on board, and he takes 1200, and then we're gonna special summon Protos. Now he didn't take the 1200 because of that spell card that he activated. So I should have known that, but I didn't. So I still went for the attack, and that's when I remembered, oh crap, he activated that draw one card. But then I select Dark to avoid, I should not have selected Dark, but I wanted Shishao on the board. So he's gonna activate Fountain. So that's the thing with Fountain. Fountain has to resolve for their cards in the graveyard to for Fountain to activate so that they can draw cards. So since he drew into the negate, he had to activate the negate. The negate stops Baron from from activating. So Baron still is live next turn. So he knows when he activates Rivalry of the Warlords, I can still activate Baron. So he just scoops up. So, you know, that's how that goes. Alright, so we're up against another trap deck. They're going first, obviously. We go second. He's going to normal summon Ariana. I'm going to Ash the Ariana, and I think he sets 4 and passes. Or did he set 3 and pass? I think he left one in his hand. Yeah, he set 3 and pass. So I'm going to draw into Ecclesia. We're going to activate Vishuda and Vishuda into Monk, and then we're going to activate Vishuda and hopefully hit Welcome Labyrinth. So we go into Monk, and then we activate Vishuda, send his trap back, and then we're gonna special summon Ecclesia, normal summon Ecclesia into Mo Yi, show Ashina, Arura. I thought that was Ashura for some weird reason. Into Dragite. Dragite gives me a negate on board, so if he activates the spell or trap, I can get to negate it. I activate Emergence. I search Protos like an idiot. So here's where I messed up. I search Protos and then select Dark. So he can't activate Dark monsters effects, right? Ents is a dark. Is it a light or dark? I think it's dark. Ents is dark, and his Welcome Labyrinth is dark too. His entire deck is dark, so he can't special summon dark monsters. So he shows me three traps, and then he sets 2 in pass. His Dimensional Barrier, obviously, and he's gonna activate. The Dogmatica trap. Ince is going to be able to pop. He pops my Dragite. I'm going to activate Protos, select Dark. He's going to activate Ice Dragon Prison. I'm going to max C so I can get a draw off of the special summon of my card. I know he has Dimension Shifter. So I know he's going to call Synchro at one point. So we go into Audera, special summon into Monk. And then I think I activated Audera's effect. I 100% should have bounced his Dimensional Shifter. If I had bounced his Dimensional Shifter, this dude would have gone differently. But I think what he would have done is he would have still activated Dimensional Shifter to stop me from being able to Synchro. So he still activated Dimensional Shifter. I said Imperm, I said Breakout. I feel confident because he only has 2 cards in his hand. One of them is a trap, obviously, because we send it back to his hand, and whatever he draws. So we activate Breakout, target Monk, pop the 2 that we didn't know. That one trap card has been sitting there for a minute. It didn't light up once his monster left the field. His field monster left the field. So I'm assuming it was the pop 1 if you control a field monster. So he wasn't able to activate it, so he just scooped up. So alright guys, thank you so much for all the support recently. The channel has been going crazy. Well, crazy to my standards. I've never thought that I would have this much people viewing my channel and my content. So we're going to keep the videos going. Make sure to try this deck out. I know it's a lot of URs. It's a lot of URs to even use this deck, to build this deck. I can't believe that I still have all these URs for Swordsoul. I built this way back when Swordsoul had came out, and now that we're creating content, I might as well just show it, right? So either way, I might as well just show it, right? So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Have a good one. Take care. G-Pizzy out. Next video is going to be on Virtual, and we're going to go on a Virtual World tier. I really love Virtual World. So we're going to have a Virtual Decklist, 2 Decklist videos for Virtual World, a pure Virtual World, and then also a Adventure Virtual World. And then we're gonna do a replays video. I'm gonna drop a replays video for it, and then we're gonna do an in-depth guide to the Adventure version, because I really love the Adventure version. It's so dynamic. You're able to synchro so many level 10s. It's amazing. And then I'll think about doing an in-depth guide of the pure version. So anyway, have a good one. Take care. Peace.